I want to start off the video asking you how much you think you have changed as a person. Whether it's positive, whether it's negative changes, or whether you think that you've gotten better at certain things and worse at other things and left them behind, or a combination of all, or you might have just stayed the same, which I doubt. I want to get rid of this myth that people cannot change. Delete that from yourself. Stop thinking this because this affects you as a person. The result is that yes, you can change. Neuroplasticity is when your brain forms these new connections, these new neurological pathways based on your experiences and actions you do every single day, and the new skill sets that you acquire and hobby sets, and basically the idea of keeping your brain young and healthy through them. So the good news is that yes, when you teach yourself these things, let me give you an example. Exercise. You would think that it would only have a benefit to your physical state of muscle contraction, your heart, your lungs. The importance of movement on the brain is significant. Our ancestors, millions of years, relied on movement in order to survive. Maybe one of the reasons why there's such a significant rate of depressions now is because in 2 to 3 generations, our average exercise intake has decreased significantly. And you cannot erase millions of years of evolution in 2 to 3 generations. It's built within us, it's rewired in us in order to move and in order to exercise and get our body going. And this is also why there's an obesity pandemic. The importance of exercise on mental health is significant, prevents dementia, keeps your brain younger and healthier. This is just an example of exercise. You can link it to everything, and putting yourself out there and keeping and challenging yourself and challenging your brain, even before you go to bed, watching a YouTube video and teaching yourself something new. It doesn't have to be anything significant. It doesn't have to be you getting and going out and getting a degree. Just watching a YouTube video, learning some history. And the thing is that 90% of the actions we do every single day is within our control. It is what we decide to do and the organization of our time and doing to-do lists, which I'm going to get into. But by controlling your everyday actions and your experiences and what you decide to put yourself through, yes, there are things that are out of your control, but you should be focusing on things that are in your control. And the things that are out of your control and the trauma events that happen, they still build you as a person. And it is how you take and how you learn from this, instead of letting it give you an excuse for you not to become your best self, whatever that means. But there is no such thing as short-term change. There's only long-term change. And this is the whole idea of, oh, in 21 days you can build a habit. I remember I used to read this and think that if I stuck to something for 21 days, I could build a habit and this could be something for the rest of my life. No, that's not true. Let me recommend you a book to read, Atomic Habits. Ways to stick to a habit is to make it as easier as possible it is for yourself to stick to something, and continuously doing it every single day, even when you don't want to. Also, with Atomic Habits, it's you have the realization that you could be doing something and not seeing progress, but it is about the small changes that compound and compound. I've said this a lot, but in a lot of my videos, but they compound over each other. And one day you're just gonna look back and realize that, whoa, there has been a significant change, because that's what happened to me. I would say a couple years ago, not even recognize myself. My thoughts have changed. My thoughts have changed because my actions have changed. When you start getting out your own bubble and start challenging yourself, you start focusing less on things that just don't really matter, like gossiping and what other people are doing with their lives. So one recommendation I would give to you is to do to-do lists. I generally think this is one of the things that really changed me as a person, because I kept track of what I was doing and I felt like I was being productive every day. My mindset is believing that I made a step forward in some way of my life, whether it's exercise, studying, or an overall change, where I go to bed knowing that I've taken a step forward in some kind of way. Do to-do lists. I started off doing it on my whiteboard and placing it right as soon as I wake up. This is the first thing I saw, and doing them before I go to bed so I don't forget in the morning, and then just taking them off throughout the day. The end result is, yes, people can change and you can change too, but it is within your control. So don't let these past excuses of trauma and things that have happened to you and your doubt about yourself stop you from being a better version and using it as an excuse for you to stay how you are. Because at the end of the day, you don't need to go full in. You can change little behaviors and little changes that compound, like I said, over each other. And make sure not to neglect the importance of educating yourself, exercise, being independent, doing things by yourself, but also social time. and just a whole constitution of things that I can get into more. I can do a way longer, like a 1 hour video about all of this in the future and about what even is self-growth. So yeah, control your actions and control your experiences, and this will control you as a person. So sorry for the short video today, but I just want to go in here and just post something for today. So if you have any videos, if you have any suggestions about what you want from me, any tips, feel free to send me an email or drop something in the comment below. So hopefully you guys learned something today.